Hi, it's Friday the 12th of June 2026 and welcome to this week's My Thoughts vlog. Now, as usual, it's unscripted and these are just my own thoughts and opinions. But I am going to start with a message to our wonderful nuclear test veteran community, because it kind of escaped your notice that it's a bit chaotic in the Department of Defence at the moment. John Healy's gone, Dan Jarvis has been sort of put in place. We've lost Al Carnes and Rachel Hopkins, so it's a time of confusion. But just to let our community know, we are on top of it. We've reached out to Dan Jarvis to make sure he's on side. He is a veteran. He's an ex-para. He has previously supported us in our medal campaign and in the campaign for recognition, so we are hopeful that he is on side. We don't know who's going into the Armed Forces post yet, and the Veterans Minister, as I speak, is still in place. So, it is chaos, and it is possibly going to set us back a little bit, and it may extend some of the time frames that we wanted. But, as I say, we are in communication with them. We are doing all we can to make sure that this road bump is as small as possible. And we will keep you updated. So try not to panic. Keep the faith in lab rats, because we are doing all we can. So yeah, just sit tight and wait for news. And as soon as we know, we'll let you guys know. And I suppose the second part of the vlog is about actually what is happening and what does it mean. As I've said, there's been change at the top, and it is definitely a worry for us, because in terms of the campaign, what it means is we have to reach out again, and if people like Dan Jarvis are not fully aware of where we're up to and what we're doing, we've got to kind of not start from scratch, but we've got to take a few steps back with them, because they're not going to be up to speed with us. So we have to make sure that A, he's on the right page, and B, he is up to speed, and that's potentially going to mean more meetings, hopefully online. And it's just going to reset the relationship slightly, because we need to build a new relationship with Dan. We had a really, really good one with John, and I hope he is going to support us, and Al supports us from the backbenches, because I believe they are influential voices. But for people like our campaign and the Chinook Justice campaign, it's a slight problem, because it feels like we're going to have to take steps back to start making progress again. It's more meetings, it's more emails, paperwork, and it's frustrating. It really is frustrating. We all feel that, and I think the one thing that sometimes I feel isn't appreciated is that while I agree, I understand the sentiment of why these people decided to step aside, we don't have the luxury of that choice. If lab rats tomorrow stopped campaigning, and the Chinook families tomorrow suddenly decided to stop campaigning, who would step into that void? No one. So we don't have a choice. We have to keep going. That luxury isn't afforded to us. And, what they got to lose, maybe a bit of salary, a nice ministerial car. We don't get any of that. I mean, I'm not working, and so doing stuff like campaigning has cost me money. I haven't had an acting job in a long time. A few auditions, but nothing. The industry is just dry. So it is worth thinking that, yeah, we understand why they've done it, but it's about, could they have hung on? Could they have done more in the last few days? Just to see us writing. It's what I would have done, because they know how important it is to us. And it's left us feeling a bit, what's happening next? I mean, it's a good question. What is happening next? Anyone else going to go? We just don't know. But it's worth just bearing a thought for the campaigners at the moment. It's a time of unrest, but we are doing all we can to make sure that is as minimal as possible. Yeah, scary time, but unusual time. I've never known anything like it. Really strange, but it puts, I suppose, more pressure on Keir now because he's lost his health secretary, he's lost his defence secretary. They are big posts to lose, and it makes, I don't know, it just makes me feel that his days really are numbered now, and that's going to set back more than just us and justice and some of the other sort of defence area campaigns, because you've got Hillsborough Law. Hillsborough Law needs to be got over the line. That's not happening. It's gonna, that's been pushed back to next year. The chaos that the government are in at the moment is having such a ripple effect on everybody. It's awful because it's stressful. It's re-traumatising. You're having to go over stuff again with new ministers. That re-traumatises. But yeah. And had Hillsborough Law been in place years ago, decades ago, which is what it should have been, then perhaps the Chinook families and the nuclear test veteran families, we wouldn't be in this position now. And that is why it is so important to get it over the line for the next generations. Because you may not be involved in any of these campaigns, but you could walk out tomorrow into the street. Something could happen unexpected, pulls the rug from under you, and before you know it, you're going to be involved. You could be involved in a campaign. God forbid it doesn't happen to you, but it's possible. The Chinook families never asked for it. The day before it happened, they had no idea that they were going to be involved in a lifelong campaign. And certainly when nuclear test veterans went out there to do their job, they had no idea the harm that was going to befall them. Government did. We didn't. So, yeah, it's a difficult time, but we will get through it. And we will get through it by sticking together and having each other's backs. Both all the groups in, the Hillsborough Law Now campaign, and, us, Justice, we're all really in the same boat. So, yeah, I think keep the faith is a good line to have, because I'm keeping the faith. I'm optimistic. Look at where we were 18 months ago. We were nowhere near as far as we are now. And yeah, we've had bumps in the road before, and we'll have bumps in the road in the future. We've always weathered them, and we'll weather this one. So stick with us and keep watching me vlogs, because I will update you if there is stuff. But yeah, it's nearly the weekend, so weather's looking okay. Sun's just coming out in North Wales, so hopefully it'll be a good one. Anyway, I'll sign off for now. Have a nice weekend. I'll speak to you all soon. As usual, any questions, let me know. I'll answer them next time. So, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.